the bell button after subscription. Yes. Also, don't forget to simply uh, uh, give the video some time up if you like the content. I am having a severe cold. Okay, my nose is not looking good at all. Yeah. So I am here today to talk a little bit about difficulties out here, and also because it is something that it it has been let me say it's questions that I had from most of my viewers who want to relocate to Brazil. A lot of them keep on asking me uh, what are some of the difficulties people face here. Yes, people, not only foreigners but including Brazilians themselves. So today I decided to simply come and then talk to you guys a little bit about this. I have to sit down, right, so that we can talk. Let me switch on the lights so that I'm inside my studio. I'm inside my studio, so I have a call. Let me know if you can. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. Then we can so that I can know that you can hear my microphone. I had a call, so most definitely I don't know. The microphone might go off or something like this. This is just a quick video, and I'm going to talk not so long, but yeah. So a whole lot of people keep on asking me and saying, what are some of the difficulties you might go through if you come to Brazil or you live in Brazil and all that? And yes, not that much. Okay, there are difficulties here, yes, but not that much. Okay, because the kind of difficulties we have here in Brazil, you can simply get over it. Yes, you can simply get over these difficulties. They are not difficulties which can simply break you down or maybe make you feel so bad about moving to Brazil or living in Brazil. You understand? The first difficulty is the language. Okay, the language, even the Brazilian people, sometimes they have difficulties with the language themselves. Within themselves, they have difficulties too as well. Okay, so let me see the first comment here. What you are working in Brazil? Do you mean what I do here in Brazil? Yes, I'm a political scientist. Okay, I'm a political scientist. But I didn't simply started working as a political scientist here like that. Okay, I started from somewhere. Okay, and also let me make something clear out here. I haven't or I have never studied here in Brazil. Okay, I have never ever studied here in Brazil, getting the kind of work that I'm doing. You understand? So let me be clear about this. So let's continue with the difficulties that brought me here to talk to you guys a little bit about the difficulties. So the language is number one. Talking about the language, each and every single person has, they have their own way of getting through with languages, okay? There are people who will have serious difficulties with studying languages, you understand? And there are people too who are quick with it. So you will go through some hard time with the language because Portuguese language has a lot of rules. You understand? Like they have a lot of rules, especially when it comes to grammar. You understand? I have never studied in school. I have never been to a Portuguese school to study the Portuguese language, but I used a strategy to learn the language. You understand? A strategy that I use in learning the language. And this strategy is a strategy that you yourself you can use it too as well. But let me make something clear. The one of the difficulties that you might go through is the language. You understand? The language, it's very, very tricky, even though they have words which are similar or look alike to English words, but they are very, very tricky. So rule number one is the language. Guys, don't forget, if you like the kind of content that you are watching right now, don't forget to give the video some thumb up. Don't just watch the video, but also give the video some thumb up and also share the channel too as well. Let me see. Yes, you can be leaving your comment right at the description. At the bottom so that I can also answer some of your questions because I might be forgetting some difficulties that we have here in Brazil. So maybe your comment can also be helpful for me to remind me to talk about this. Okay, so let's talk about difficulties. Let's talk about work. Work here. For you to get a high-paying job here in Brazil is, as a foreigner, is difficult. Okay, let me be a little bit open about this. Yeah, for you to get a high-paying job here as a foreigner is a very difficult thing. You understand? Not very difficult because, like I say, individually, it depends on you too as well. The way you behave around people and the way you handle situations too as well. Don't forget when I got here in Brazil, I started as a construction laborer. I was working as a laborer when I got here in Brazil. You understand? And the reason why I started when I got here working as a construction laborer was I wanted to learn the language because the language was one important thing that I personally discovered, that without a language, for you to be able to get a high paying job or maybe a good paying job is going to be difficult if you don't speak the Portuguese language, because they consider the Portuguese language very, very important. Guys, if you are watching and you like the content, give the video some thumb up. Don't only watch the content, okay? And I'll be reading your comments too as well as I'm talking. So don't forget, I can read your comment. Even though I'm using my mobile, I'm not using the computer today. I'm using my mobile because I am not at home. I'm at my studio. Yeah, I'm at my studio. So I'm using my, my mobile phone to talk to you guys today. I wanted to even make the video outside whilst walking and then, showing you guys around and then answering some of your questions. So the difficulties, let's talk about the difficulties when it comes to job. Getting the job is not a problem, okay? Getting the job here is not a problem. But the difficulty is getting high-paying job. High-paying job. So this is one of the difficulties here in Brazil. Getting a high-paying job here in Brazil as a foreigner, not even as a foreigner, but as a Brazilian to himself, it's difficult. Yes, Julius Ocean, I've seen you. Okay, so will Brazilian costumes ask us to show them our bank account when we land there? Nah, they don't ask all these things. They don't have time for these kind of questions. Once you land in Brazil, all you have to present is answer the immigration questions, and then you leave. And it's not even difficult. Sometimes they won't ask you anything. Sometimes they will just ask you what you are coming to Brazil to do. So all depends on you and how you answer your questions. But you having hard time with the immigration is slim possible. Like, it's not like possibility of you having hard time at the immigration is very, very low, very like negatively low. So once you have your visa, you come in, they will just ask you what you are coming to do. Then you tell them, they give you your stamp, and then you go your way. You understand? So I'm talking about the difficulties. So let's talk about the difficulties. I think doing business is the best option for me, though. Living in Brazil is not cheap. Okay, so yes, living in Brazil is simply not cheap. But remember, all depends on which city, or which community, or which area you live. You understand? You can live, like I said, you can live a very a cheap life without going through any hassle. You can live like a local. When you come to Brazil and you want to start up, you can live like a local. You are not going to spend so much money. I literally like to cook a lot. I don't like eating in restaurants. If you see me eating in a restaurant, therefore it is my wife, or maybe somebody is inviting me to the restaurant. My wife like to visit like a random restaurant. Okay, so this is why sometimes we eat at the restaurant. When you see me eating at the restaurant, is my wife bringing the idea for us to go to restaurants. I like to. Look, I'm a very cheap guy. Okay, I'm a very cheap guy, especially when it comes to spending money with food and clothes. I'm a very, very cheap guy. Okay, I don't like to spend so much money with clothes. I don't like to spend so much money with food. I don't like spending so much money in some areas which are not relevant, like rent, for example. I don't like spending money with rent. Rent is something that is very irritating. I don't like when I was not married and I didn't have any kids. Okay, I used to live in a very simple place. Okay, a place where I won't pay more than even $100 a month. You understand? Because I'm a very cheap guy. Okay, so let me read some comment here. Somebody message retract. Let me see. Okay, let me read some comment here. When I went there, they didn't even ask me any question. They just stamped me in, and that's all. Yes, it's a very good example. You won't have any hard. Guys, if you like the content, give the video some thumb up, please. If you like the content, give the video some thumb up. Don't just watch the video, but give it some thumb up to support the channel. You understand? So let me read here. If you have been following him for a while, you will know what he does. Yes, so we have to get triple jabs of the vaccine before arriving. No, you don't need triple jabs. All you need is the first jab is just enough. And also, if you have your COVID test, you can also show them your COVID test, and then you can just get in. But I think now it's very necessary for you to get a jab before coming, to avoid inconvenience. Okay, they are not complicated people. The immigration here, they are very lovely, very calm. They are very sweet. They are not the kind of immigration which will hassle you so much for you to even get confused. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah, so let's continue to talk about some of the difficulties here. I was talking about the jobs. Okay, so getting a job is not a difficult, but the difficult part is when you want to get a high-paying job. Okay, a high-paying job here is very difficult to simply get. Why? Because they have some kind of system which favors you if you study. You understand? So if you study here in Brazil, for you to get a high-paying job is 100% possible. You don't have to go through a lot of hassle. Guy, if you are watching the video and you like the content, give the video some thumb up. Don't just watch the content, but give the video some thumb up too as well. So getting high-paying job are simply difficult here in Brazil. Not only for foreigners, but for the Brazilians themselves too. They have difficulties getting a high paying job. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to get a high paying job, it's very necessary to do what? To study. Okay, to study something, to get some qualification so that you can get a very good paying job. You understand? So uh, let me see here the comment. No, just the negative test results, and they don't ask. Yeah, so therefore it depends on the airline that you are coming with, because some airline will simply request some things, not the immigration requesting, but it is the airlines. Okay, so depending on the airline that you are coming with. So let me see, like our conversation on the group, how is Brazilian ladies different from American ladies? Okay, so talking about some of the difficulties you will face here about relationship, okay? About relationship. When you don't speak the language, you will still have problems with getting the type of woman or getting the type of man you want, okay? So talking about relationship, you need the language, okay? But like I said, here the Brazilian women, they are very nice, very welcoming. All depends on you as an individual, the way you connect with people, the way you talk to people, the way you do your things with people. That is simply going to make you come across the best or the nice or the beautiful person that you want to be with. You understand? So choosing a partner here in Brazil is not a big deal. It's not a big problem, but the problem you are going to have, the difficulties that you will be going through is what? The culture differences. Because remember, here they have a different culture, okay? Here, the culture here is a little bit different compared to other countries. You understand? So the ladies here, they are very nice. They are very, very hardworking, and they are very, very supportive. If you watch and follow my videos, I've been talking a lot about these two as well. I did even a lot of interviews with most of the women here, asking them questions. The questions, the comments, most of the comments that you guys leave at the comment section, I don't get to reply them by typing, but I rather like to do video and then respond to most of your comments. So if you follow my videos, you will realize that, oh, I've been talking a lot about the differences when it comes to women here in Brazil. The culture differences are very, very important for you to know, because a lot of people keep on asking, how are the women, or how is dating here in Brazil? Here, dating is not something complicated. It's something very smooth. You can meet somebody today, you can meet somebody tomorrow. If you like the content, give the video some thumb up. Don't just watch the content, but rather give it a thumb up. So let's continue with some of the difficulties you will be going here through when you come here. Okay. Getting some, like, getting through with settlement here. Like I said, all comes back to what? The language. All come back to what? The language. So when you come to Brazil, make sure you learn the language as time goes on. Okay, you don't quickly have to learn it, because each and every single person have a different IQ when it comes to learning or something. So let me be a little bit specific here. The language, everything you do, everything you wanna, any difficulty that you might go through will simply fall on the language if you are a foreigner. Okay, so but I'm talking about the general difficulty, the general what? Difficulty, which is what? Talking about the jobs. Getting a job here is easy. It's very fast. But getting a high paying job is the problem, okay? Getting a high paying job is the problem. So let me read some of your comments here. Brazil has a very large population, meaning more businesses, opportunities, everything you trade on will sell. Had advised brothers and sisters thinking to migrate to Brazil to be more business minded. Yes, you have to be very business minded, okay? Very business minded, because here there are a lot of opportunities here in Brazil, especially when you are business minded. I personally know a lot of foreigners who are making it big here in Brazil because they are business minded. You understand? You remember I told you guys that I want to venture into some other businesses hopefully next year. So this tells you a lot, okay? Yeah, so this tells you a lot. So if you are business minded and you are in Brazil, you make a lot of money too as well. Let me read some comments here. The language is the key for a relationship, but more than that, Brazilians are curious by nature, which can work in foreigners' favors too as well. Yeah, so Brazilians are very, very curious people. Okay, even though the language part is very important, but naturally Brazilians are very curious people. So if you come here with the idea that you want to have a wife or a husband, it's very simple for you to simply get it. You understand? Because the Brazilian people are very curious people. They like to know everything. So if you come and you want to get to know them, it becomes very easy because of their curiosity. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not a difficult thing at all. If you are a foreigner and you want to get married to a Brazilian and stuff like that, the language wouldn't be a problem. But it's very, very advisable for you to learn the language, because if you learn the language, for possibility of you getting the particular kind of person is high. You understand? So let me see here. It's very good for small businesses. I have high paying job here. I don't even know Portuguese very well. Yes. So like I said, uh, automatically, okay, the Portuguese, when you are here, you will automatically learn the Portuguese, but you have to be a very smart guy. You understand? You have to be very smart guy. You understand? So you will learn the language automatically. Yeah, Benjamin lives in Brazil now, and he's giving you a very good example. Yes. So, guys, don't just watch the video. Make sure you give the video some thumb up. I'm remembering you guys. Don't just watch the video. Give the video some thumb up if you are watching and enjoying the video. Give it a thumb up so that you can support the channel too as well. And don't forget, if you are in a group chat, any kind of group chat, you can just copy the link and then share in your group chat so that people can also get access to our videos here too as well. So yes, so difficulties. I'm trying to remember some of the difficulties here in Brazil. Some of the difficulties, let me remember what the difficulties I went through. I didn't go through any difficulty, guys. Yeah, things they won. The only that is why I always remind you guys that the language is very, very important, because the only difficulty that I went through was the language side. But apart from that, talking about jobs, I didn't go through any difficulty to get any job. You understand? It all comes back to the language. It's all because all the difficulties that I'll be talking about all will be coming back to the language side. Guys, if you are watching the video, like I said, give the video some time back. Please don't forget. Don't just watch the video and enjoy the video without giving it a thumb up. Because if you give it a video and thumb up, you will support the channel by making the channel become much more popular in some areas too as well. That is why it's very good to give the videos some thumb up if you like the content too as well. So let me see. I want to remember some of the difficulties. So, yes. So if you live in Brazil too as well, and you have any experience with any difficulty, you can share it so that I can also talk about these difficulties to share with people who are watching the channel too as well, so that they can have an idea of some of the difficulties, so that when they are coming, they can prepare themselves too as well. Yes. Let me see. Guys, I want to remember. I want to remember some of the difficulties. Okay, so if you don't learn the language, all comes back to the language. So some of the difficulties is for you to get things done your own yourself. So it all still come back to the language. If you want to do your document, you want to go to the immigration to sort some things out, and maybe you have a problem at your workplace and you want to go through with uh, some processes to get your money, or but it's even not difficult because the people themselves, they will help you through. But all comes back to the language, the language, guys. Yeah, Supreme Leader, how long does it take for Brazilian visa to be approved for a foreigner? I think the longest time I know is 14 days, which is 2 weeks. So if you put in your application and you give them all the documents, you should be able to get your visa within 14 days. Yeah, within 14 days, you should be able to get your visa. There are delays sometimes depending on the type of visa that you want to apply. Oh, Christina, yes. Yeah, Christina, você tá lá. Yeah. Yeah, so let me read some comment here. Yes. I yeah, how you tell the truth. Yeah, thank you so much. It's like Floripa prior do resort up to Uruguay. Yes, Uruguay is also a very nice place. Okay, even though the salaries there are not that good, but it is a very, very nice place to relocate to as well. Let me see the comment here. How much business competition is? Guys, if you are business minded, don't look at the competition. Just be business minded, and when you get here, you will be just fine. Because I personally know a lot of foreigners who are doing a whole lot of different type of businesses, from selling clothes to electronics, construction items, like a lot of things. You just have to be business minded to do your business when you come to Brazil. Okay. There are no, I won't say there are so much competitions, because here, whatever you do, whatever you sell is expensive and people will still buy it. You understand? And don't forget, people like to live on credit here too as well. So if you are doing business and you are selling something, it shouldn't be a difficult thing at all. Okay, so let me see some comments here. Bro, can you invite one day your friend from Argentina? We want to ask him a couple of questions. Yes, I will. Yes, I can invite him to be on the show so that you can get to ask him questions too as well. I will ask him if he's free so that he can be on the show. I think I did some live videos with him too as well. I remember when he visited me here in Brazil. Yes, we did some live video, and I was even asking you guys to try as much as you can to ask him any questions. But yes, I remember. But I will. Yes. Yeah, so remind me, if you live here in Brazil, remind me of some of the difficulties, guys. Remind me of some of the difficulties if you live here in Brazil, so that I can also share some of these things with my viewers who are watching. Okay, so yes, I hope you guys love this content. Don't forget to share the channel too as well. I love you guys. If you want to join my group chat, it is at the description box. There is a link below over there for you to join. I love you guys. I will leave you guys here so that we can do another live video maybe later in the day. Maybe if I'm working in town, I can share what is going on in town too as well with you guys, so that you can see Brazil in a different way. Tell us, do you like going to Argentina? I heard that there are Senegalese living in Argentina, bro. Is it possible to get a citizenship there? Yes. Argentina even gives more citizenship than Brazil. So there are many Senegalese people in Argentina. from what my friend told me, I have never been to Argentina, but my friend told me that there are a lot of Senegalese people doing trade and all that in Argentina. And I personally know a lot of Africans who have Argentina citizenship. I personally know a lot of them. So, yes, even Argentina, they give more citizenship than even Brazil. I remember in the past, they even like they are very very supportive too, you know, like they support a lot when you are a refugee and you want, like, yes, they give more citizenship than even Brazil. So that one I can tell you that one for fact. Yes, I will try and then do some live videos when I'm in town so that I can share with you guys too as well. So guys, if you are watching this content and you love the content, give the video some thumb up. Don't just watch the content, but give it some thumb up to support your channel too as well. I love you guys. I have to leave guys here. If I remember some difficulties too, I'll come back and then do videos and then share with you guys and advise you guys more too as well. So guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye. Subscribe, click the bell button too as well, and share the channel too as well. I love you guys.